Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis joining you from the booth. And, Charles, we take a peek at this Vancouver team entering play.
It's an early test here after 2 losses to start the season, and a game they probably really need.
Obviously, no way do they want to get to 0-3. Not many teams make the playoffs with that kind of a start.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And we get a glance at their leader in the huddle, the veteran, in his 9th season now in the league.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll set up a throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Burke. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw.
He gets this one complete to Bowden.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process.
That's a play that may get lost in the grand scheme of things, but one thing's for sure. You certainly don't want to go 3 and out to start the game. So that's a nice job of finding the right play call and coming up with a first down.
First down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. But you look at this defense.
It's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you
can't get away, and he's taken down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
They bring their punter out there now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their 3rd-year quarterback.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside, everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try to create some space.
Now Jackson on 2nd down.
He's got the hookup downfield to Samuel.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain of right around 35 yards on a play that started back inside their 10.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number 1, it's easy for him to get lost. And number 2, really tough for the linebacker to run with him. And this ball's right on the money and leads to a big play.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
kind of thought it was a matter of when, not if, that a team might relocate to a spot outside the United States. Canada seemed like the most logical choice, and now here we are in this great city, a city that's had success in the Canadian League, but now they have an NFL franchise of their very own to celebrate, and man, is it cool to see.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. A quick throw, but incomplete.
When you look at this defense,
now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And this is where we talk game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I wouldn't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
And Jackson throwing once more. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
Powering forward, stays on his feet, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
2nd down and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Now it's Jackson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Walker.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Now it's Jackson. And this one's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. It's the fullback.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Voyagers drive the entire length of the field, 99 yards for the score.
This is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you've gone somewhere, but you really haven't. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. Get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive.
Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now back to throw.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion. Back to throw now on first down. He finds his man complete. It's Sharp. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Second down at 6 now from the 42.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Burke. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
An 8-yard pickup. And the London first down.
Up the middle they go. Sharp. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
22-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block him. They were on him in a hurry.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive.
They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, as the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync, are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. Second and 11. Looking at a second and 11 now after the loss. Here's Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession. This offense so far on third down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 11. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just one first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
London about set to take over on offense. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
And that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Vancouver offense out and about set for another series. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Walker. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
That's a gain of 6. Exit 3rd and 2.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. We'll pick up there 5 yards.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
Here's Jackson to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter.
At the 3-yard line.
They'll bring a tight end in motion. Walker going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Flush to his right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. It's that quarterback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Voyagers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. London about set to take over on offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
The 2nd down and 10th there, knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Sharp, nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Now 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 40-yard line.
Back to throw here.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
The best starting field position you could possibly have. 1st and goal from the 1. Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Voyagers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that, because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league. But this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
This taken in right around the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. London about set to take over on offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
There he goes, right side. And they rattle off a big one. 49 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. 29 yards.
And the Elks get a bit closer.
Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point right down the middle, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And the Vancouver offense ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A gain of 37.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down.
It's second down and 10.
Play action. It's Jackson. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Again, Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up fourth down. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one, but that is showing an awful lot of confidence in a kicker to try and hit from 61 yards, and this one winds up no good.
London about set to take over on offense. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, playing the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
He completes it right side to White. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
A gain of a yard. And the London first down.
They go with White on the counter. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
7 yards there and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Charles, obviously that one for the pick six. That gives them a 3-possession lead, and they are really in the driver's seat.
Makes you imagine what that lead could become with another half of football left to play, because the way they're getting after it, partner, 30 points, 40 points, even 50 points, that type of a lead, not out of the question. And neither is another pick six.
Extra point attempt to follow here. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
In trouble, and he's taken down.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out, because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
They'll go up the middle with White, and he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On third down, a run from White, and he'll get nothing out of that one. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Well, the Vancouver offense ready for their next drive.
They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment?
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. So you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Now Jackson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. 24-21, the final score. From there, we head over to the Pacific Northwest to check on the Seahawks at home in Seattle. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. The Saints seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Lastly, we head to Southern California to check on the Rams at home at SoFi Stadium. And that one, all tied. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
This taken in at the goal line. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Third quarter begins with a run by Walker.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now Jackson on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. Up the middle they run. It's Walker.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
And that is exactly what you needed defensively. It's a long road back from here. But that's a good start to the second half as they force a punting situation and a 4th down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. He finds his man complete. That's Harrington. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. His throw incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have.
Under pressure, and down he goes.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's Walker to start the drive.
And some space here. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
44 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Here's a 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Walker.
Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
3rd down and 6.
Jackson now. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
London about set to take over on offense. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Pressure comes, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Well, the Vancouver offense ready for their next drive. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. Know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Just a disaster of a series here. 3rd and long, no one open anywhere. This ball just has to be thrown to the sideline.
And on now is the punter. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
London about set to take over on offense.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass. It's all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Well, the Vancouver offense ready for their next drive.
They were forced to punt last time. Now, I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a second down and just a couple.
Gain of 8 brings up 2nd and 2.
To throw is Jackson. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead thus far.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They'll start the drive with a give to White. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's a toss right side with White. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll look to throw. That is caught. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now a throw here, hauled in. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
So they bring out their punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
The Vancouver offense out and about set for another series.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field. This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 4 at the 45-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's going to be Samuel with a run. Down to the 10, and touchdown! A big play there. 45 yards. And the Voyagers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On play action, they'll throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Harrington. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
First down.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Back to throw again. His pass caught at the 4. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Call it a loss of 8 there, and it's going to lead to a 4th down. 4th and goal. Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And as a result, possession switches hands. A breakdown by the O-line at the worst possible time. 4th and goal, and it leads to a sack.
And I can just see it now. On the sidelines, they're telling the quarterback, you've got to get rid of it somehow, some way. At least get it in the end zone and give us a chance. If we throw an interception, so what? A sack? We didn't even have a chance.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
To the right side, this is Walker. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
49 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
A handoff for Samuel.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Another carry for the wide receiver, Samuel. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch signal for and taken at about the 15-yard line.
London about set to take over on offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. He'll drop to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
They'll look to throw again. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the London 1st down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
They're going to look to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. They go for it on fourth down, but come up empty. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there.
56 yards rushing for him now to this point from the 31. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll give it to Samuel.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one a first down pickup of 8. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show off their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
Makes it 3rd down and 10.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it now. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
London about set to take over on offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
Yeah, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more